meeting of the Historic Preservation Board Tuesday, October 7th is called to order. I'm Linda Anderson, and I'm joined by my colleagues Mike Zapata, Kurt Chakowski, Rhonda Bourne, and our newest board member, Mr. Akers. John Akers is well known to anybody who's involved in history and preservation in these parks. And he served on this board before, and he wears many hats in our community. Well, you're welcome. So we welcome you, and the community welcomes your input on this board again. Thank you. Are there any citizens who have asked to speak? Thank you. Items for individual consideration. Consent agenda. Approving the minutes of our last meeting, September 16, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I so move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now the items for individual consideration. First case is 4710 West Main Street.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Receive a report, hold a discussion, and take action on a request for a certificate of appropriateness for the exterior rehabilitation at 710 West Main Street, case number 2025-057H. I approved some signs for the property next door, and that property owner has also purchased the residential property, which is 710. So that the one next door was a commercial business, and now they've purchased the property next door. So we thank you for your investment in the city of Denison. This is a single-story residential property that has had the attic converted, so that's kind of another half story that they are looking at rehabbing. But this is all a request for the exterior rehabilitation. This will include roof replacement, shingle replacement, roof decking, just about everything that you can imagine. Looking at the foundation, it's a pier and beam, and so they will be leveling that and replacing anything that needs to be repaired and replaced in order to stabilize the foundation. They are also looking to repoint any mortar and repair any brickwork. There is some unique brickwork on the front, near the front door, that will also be addressed. The shingles will be weathered wood. If you look at your screen, that's a little more brown, the current existing shingle, and the weathered wood color has a gray undertone to it, so it'll complement that white and black a little better, I think. There are some boarded up windows in that turret, which is that center image is a door, but there's no safety aspect to it, right? There's not a balcony or anything like that. So they are going to replace any boarded up windows in that, or openings in the turret, with windows. All the windows are currently aluminum, and they would like to replace them with a more energy efficient white vinyl single hung window, and that'll be throughout the structure. All of the sills and surrounds are deteriorating. A lot of it's just age and neglect of maintenance, and so they're just really looking to spruce everything up and get it into good working order. There has been the addition of it's like a little window, it's the bottom right image, that wasn't originally there, and so that probably wasn't added on properly, and it's starting to sink a little bit, and there's a lot of moisture in there, so that will be removed to go back to the original design of the home. Additionally, they would like to paint the brick again, so anything that's chipped and peeling will be removed. It will be painted again in white. It's a pure white by Sherwin-Williams, and then all the trim will be painted in black, a noir black. The back of the home is already a siding material. It's in pretty good condition, so that does not, it'll be painted the same color, but it doesn't need any significant repair or replacement to it. With that, staff recommends approval of the exterior rehab, and the applicant is here to address any questions you may have.
Sir or ma'am, is there any comments you'd like to make?
I've always been intrigued with that turret and with the possibilities of it. It's just so romantic to me. So thank you for taking the things out that are boarded up, and a nice little balcony, just a tiny one to stand and wave at the crowds. But no, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, first of all, we look for pictures.
Could you come to the podium, please, and just?
And I was really being facetious about the balcony mostly.
Yeah, so we've looked for pictures.
If I could, because this is a comply with Texas open meeting laws, if you give us your name and your
Oh,
address.
Kenneth Rossler. I'm one of the owners of the house.
And your address?
711 North Travis Street, Sherman. But we've looked for pictures of the original house. We can't find any, so if anyone's got any, that would help.
If anybody would, Brian Hander, because he's got Miss Donna Hunt's, who did a picture review of Main Street. So I would recommend checking out with Brian Hander.
I'll connect you with him. I also couldn't find any, but he had just reached out that he was starting to do more research on buildings that we don't have a lot of documentation on, so I'll connect you to him. And I'm
Okay.
sure he'd be happy to share whatever he has.
Okay, and one question, I also thought it would look awesome with like a little small iron balcony there,
Right.
just not access to it.
Oh, totally, right.
Is that
Ornamental
something that
mostly.
we could do?
Well, it's exciting. It's like a little hobbit house.
It is.
You could add that to your motion as a alternative option if you'd like something like that.
Well, I am very impressed and commend you for your letter of intent. It's very thorough, and we don't normally see things like that, so I greatly appreciate that.
That was my wife.
Nicely done.
She's very thorough.
And are you prepared to share us anything about what's going to happen with the interior, what the situation is inside? Or, I'm just curious.
Well, the first thing that has to be addressed is the floor. It's horrible. Heat and air, those kinds of functional issues. The interior, we're not quite there yet, but we have restored other older homes here in Denison that turned out great. They just weren't
Thank you.
in the district, so.
And the intent of this is residential?
It's gonna be, well, we're uncertain. We might just move our business next door, once we get that, finished. Or, it may be residential, or we haven't decided yet.
I'm not gonna put it in the motion, but I would ask you to consider, that's a big window, and something period-like with dividers, what's those called?
Are you talking about replacing the door?
Yes.
Where you're going to replace the door.
Yes,
That's a big
yes.
window.
So what we had considered, was maybe like a diamond-shaped cut glass
Oh,
with some type of a protective glass on the outside of it.
wow. That'll be a statement home then.
It will.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there a motion?
Madam Chairperson, I move that we approve the request for a certificate of appropriateness for the exterior rehabilitation of 710 West Main Street and
Are you comfortable?
conditionally approve a balcony potential.
Are you comfortable with staff
Yes,
making those
yes.
decisions? Okay,
Yes.
on the window type and the balcony
Yes.
style? Okay.
Now, do you know what we're talking about here? When you do your, when you go through your future work and you pull your permits and stuff like that, you're still gonna have to go back and work for them. We're not gonna make you come back here to get approval. We'll let you work with Mary and her staff on that.
So just as you, with the signs before, right, I was able to administratively approve those, we'll just do that with the window for the turret where the door is, as well as any balcony if you decide to do that. Okay?
Thank you.
Karen, is that motion clean enough for you? Yes. Okay, then I so move.
Madam Chair, I second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the motion passes. The next item is 507-509 West Main.
Yes,
Of course.
thank you.
Thank you.
Receive a report, hold a discussion, and take action on a request for a certificate of appropriateness for first floor facade improvements of 507 to 509 West Main Street, case number 2025-058H. This is for what currently is the rail yard building. I think that's how you all recognize it a little better. The building was built in 1914 and was constructed to house a furniture store. It has undergone numerous business changes over the years and housed the Order of the Odd Fellows, the International Order of Odd Fellows at one point in time. The structure was part of a historic tax credit project for both the interior and exterior before my time here, but not too long ago. And so the applicant is requesting to just make some changes to the first floor facade below the transoms. So the transoms and anything above are going to remain, but they are requesting to make some more maintenance repairs to the surrounds as well as the windows. So right now there's some moisture getting in due to some deterioration of the wood, and so they are requesting to replace the wood with, it's a cedar as well as a pine wood surrounding the windows and the door frames. There was no indication to me as to whether the door styles were going to be replaced, and I would assume that they would be, but that is just an assumption and I can't confirm that. So if they choose to do so, they'll have to come back with those changes to the doors. The windows, again, will be the same style, just replacing those to make sure that that seal is solidified better. The paint colors that were suggested, there were two. One being the first preference is the one on the bottom right, that billiard green. And the second preferred color was the shamrock. Both of the colors fit within our historic color palette, but shamrock was recommended as an accent color only. And so with their preference being the billiard green, that would be my recommendation to you all as the primary paint color for the wood. The applicant is not here, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Staff does recommend approval.
I would assume that it was rebuilt in 1914, and unfortunately I didn't bring it. I meant to look it up either on the National Registry or on the Rustler. Is this a contributing building?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been a tax credit project without that.
Of course, that makes sense. Therefore, being that case, when they do the windows, and everybody who's been here for a while knows what I'm going to say next, if you go back to the picture of the rail yard, I would certainly like them to retain that bottom bulkhead
Yes.
there.
Yes, I would certainly retain that, and I don't think they have any intention of not doing so. I don't think we want to add or reverse anything that would have been different from the historic tax credit project, right?
Exactly.
So replaced as is would be the language that you should use.
I realize excuse me.
No, go ahead, please.
The photos are their inspiration photos
Yes.
of color and of
Mhm.
design. And do you know if a couple of consistencies, are they going to add to the trim out and create more molding or mass? Okay. And then
No.
are they adding the lighting? that's in the photos?
That was not indicated as well.
Okay. There's can lighting there now. And
Right. I think these were strictly inspirational from
Sure.
of what they're trying to accomplish, but you're right, and they look to be Northeastern or European.
Mhm.
So we're in a different environment as well.
Well, I like the goose lick knives.
I do
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I would note the bulkhead's much higher, but That'd be
Yes,
that would be me.
but that's how that project was
There's that.
approved, so we don't want to detract from that.
The infusion of that sort of British racing green will be nice, I think,
Mhm.
on the
Yes.
street.
Yes, beautiful. Would complement that brick and.
Yep.
Yeah,
everything.
it's
Yeah.
good. there a motion?
If I may, in your motion, would you please include something about bringing back doors and lighting, if you so choose to? Because that is not part of the application, and so if they're going to add that in the future and you all would like to have an opinion to that, then that's what the motion should read.
You're
Pardon
talking
me?
the alleyway door?
No, the front doors, as well as the lighting, if they should come back and wish to add any lighting.
So something that would, on the condition that they come back with entryway and exterior lighting plans.
Correct.
Should there be a modification?
Should there be any.
Yeah.
Mhm. Right.
There is a motion, I'm waiting to see if Rhonda's gonna do it.
I have one more question then.
Okay.
Sure.
Would it just, I'm all about less words, so can we just simply say that it does not include future doors and lighting requests?
As presented, but does not include.
Is that fine with everybody?
Yeah, that's good.
And noting which color selection
Yeah.
as well.
Right, and that was the
Billiard green.
Mhm.
Billiard green.
Okay, I move to approve the request for a certificate of appropriateness for the first floor facade improvements at 507 to 509 West Main Street. We approve the billiard green as the preferred color. It is approved as presented, but does not include future doors or lighting decisions.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Next item?
Thank you. Item 4C, receive a report, hold a discussion, and take action on a request for a certificate of appropriateness for the installation of 2 doors at 106 South Houston Street, case number 2025-060H. Okay,
If I am a client of the business, do I need to recuse myself?
no.
Not unless you got 10% interest.
Well,
So 106 South Houston Street, that's an interesting block down there. It all kind of just runs together, and that happened over time with the addition of other buildings. So the building started to be built around 1885, and then there were other additions through 1945. So that's a long period of time to kind of have some infill. And now we have just one solid block. So the alleyway stops at Houston Street and doesn't continue as it normally would on some of the other blocks, and that is why, because it just kept being added on to. And so the applicant is requesting to add, they have a broken window right now, and you can kind of see the crack in that top image. They would like to convert that window into a door. There is warehouse space on the bottom and loft space above, and so they're just trying to create 2 separate entrances for those different uses. And so the proposed door on where that window would be faces the north direction and protrudes beyond Eagle Employment Services, so that's kind of where we're looking, and would be of iron and glass as depicted up above. It's a single door entry and has the side light windows. The second request is to add a door to the rear of the building of 106 of that portion. There is not a separate entrance right now, and that's really not best practice for fire code and things like that. And so we applaud you for requesting that. Thank you. It would also be a single entry door with a cedar surround. Both doors are iron and glass. And the applicant is here. I'm happy to answer any questions. Staff does recommend approval of both doors.
Do you have any, I don't have anything to say unless you have questions for me.
Questions?
Nope.
Is there a motion?
I move we approve the certificate of appropriateness for the installation of 2 doors at 106 South Houston Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the doors are approved. Thank you. Are there other staff
Okay,
updates?
we have a few administrative approvals for signage. Um, Just those three that came through over this period of time. The other staff update I need to make you aware of, November 4th is, it's Sam's birthday. That's the announcement. Is scheduled to be a HP meeting date, and we will be canceling that. The courtroom will be being used that day, and so I've been asked to just cancel that, take it off your calendar so that you have a free day, and then we'll just continue on our normal schedule at that point in time. But
And you know why it's canceled?
I do.
It's election day.
Oh, that is not why it's canceled, but
That's what I thought it was as well.
Get out and vote. You got 17 different legislative propositions to vote on.
thank you. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Those are the only no, I have one more update. The sign ordinance that staff had been working on for Chapter 19 was tabled last night at council to the November 3rd meeting. So that is why certain things that are within the HP ordinance have not been brought back to you, because I need that to be done, and then the HP will follow immediately. So I would have had that on this meeting, so it'll go in tandem. I just need to get that one
It was a busy meeting last night.
through first. It was. So I haven't forgotten about any of that. That's just where we're at. So that's all I have.
The meeting is adjourned at 12:22.